What's up?
Yo.
It's my shiny bald head.
That's what's up?
It's not bald, it's just deforestation.
Yeah, dude.
It's
just been forested.
Anywho, hey everybody. I am Jon. This is Jon Does. Real quick to support the channel, check out wilddinosaur.com. What's up, Ryan? How's it going? We will probably be doing some Zoom tests with you after the show. So check out wilddinosaur.com. I got all kinds of stuff there. I post my my art, I have music videos, links to music with this guy, new pants. And I have my merch store where you can get cool designs on clothing. I basically only wear my own clothes at this point. I think I've turned into the Joker.
It's not bad though. I mean, it's the best advertising.
It really is. People are like, wow, that's a cool design. Who did that? And I'm like, me. And they're like, you should put a logo on there. And I'm like, no, I'm not putting a logo on there. So anyways, Pat, how are you doing?
Doing all right.
That's great, because you were here on, what was it, Friday?
Yeah, it was last Friday.
And that was a well-received show.
I'm glad to hear that.
People were excited about our conversation
about drug prices.
About us doing drugs. Oh, yeah, sorry, that's what it was, drug prices.
Well, not just drug prices, but, well, I guess that's mainly what we talked about.
What we should talk about today is hug prices. How much for a hug?
I mean, I don't know. How much are you willing to...
What's up, Jason?
Yo, Jason.
Pat's back. Pat's in the
Ryan.
house. So let's see. What did I have today? We don't have a lot of subjects to talk about. There's light news. Oh, I wanted to ask you. You watched some stuff, right? Stuff that I've probably talked about, but there's some new shows out like She-Hulk.
Yeah. And
you checked out She-Hulk?
I did check out She-Hulk.
What did you think?
I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. It was whimsical, fun. I am digging the story so far. I mean, there's not a whole lot. It's like a car accident. Well, I mean, the aliens.
Episode 1 is essentially just an origin story, and that's cool. I like that they can keep it concise.
I'm interested to see where it goes from the origin story, though, because, you know, that was pretty much just like the majority of the time was spent at Bruce's island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where they just talk about like him trying to like leave his information or give her information on what it's like to be a Hulk and a superhero,
right, basically
and
just Hulk training.
And he comes into it with the assumption she's got the dual like identity, or not identity thing, but like dual personality thing, like the Jekyll and Hyde. But
yeah, because I think initially when she first transforms, she transforms into the full on like Beast Hulk, right?
In the show,
yeah.
No, she's just her. She doesn't have an alternate. Like
even initially, like that first transformation.
No, that's her. Yeah, that's all her. Well, as far as we know, maybe she does, but I think they set it up where she's basically like. It took them like 10 years to get Smart Hulk, where they like fused
and
the
it took
Hulk.
her like an hour.
Like, yeah, all she had to do was get in a car accident. But no, I like the first episode too.
I did a lot. Really enjoyed it.
Are you? I gotta ask, because I know people are pretty 50-50 on the 50-50 on this. But how are you feeling about Marvel overall? Are you burnt out by any of it, or
not here? No way. No, I was actually just thinking about it. I think I've seen pretty much every movie and show aside from a couple. Like I don't think I've ever seen the original Captain America all the way through.
I was actually thinking about rewatching that soon. If you want to watch that, I'll watch that.
We'll have to check that out. And then also I didn't finish the Hawkeye show with Haley Steinfeld. That was, I think, the only one though that I didn't see in completion, like watch to completion.
It's on the, I think, a lower end of favorite Marvel shows for me. It's still good. It's still it can still be entertaining, and it does definitely set up some stuff for, like they announced Daredevil series, 18 episode Daredevil series at what was it recently? Was that Comic-Con?
18
Yeah, it was
episodes,
Comic-Con.
split over 3 seasons or something.
No, I think it's an 18 episode series. Like the first
Interesting.
season. That's all they've said so far is 18 episodes. So
I didn't watch the that's another thing that I didn't watch. Some of those Netflix Defender series, like I didn't watch Daredevil, I didn't watch Punisher. I know that those are the two.
those
like,
two are the
yeah,
best. Those
yeah.
two are
I
absolutely
did watch
the best.
Jessica Jones, which I thought was pretty good.
That first season's really good. It's
I think I only saw the first season.
falls off pretty hard in the second one. I think the thing that sucked with Jessica Jones is that David Tennant is such a good villain
For
in
sure.
that first one that like there was a void missing in that second season of like a villain. Not that, I mean it's been out for a handful of years now and this isn't really a big spoiler or anything, but like the villain of the second season is Jessica's mom. And it's like a parent can definitely be like a huge thing for a person to like grapple with their entire lives. You know, your parents are.
It's like that Jeanette McCurdy's new book.
Yeah. Well, what's it called?
I'm glad my mother died.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, it just like wasn't as good. Not to say that it didn't do a good job in the second season. It just wasn't as good. You know, like David Tennant was such a great villain. Jessica was good in the first 2 seasons, definitely season 1. Did they do a third season? I think there was only 2 seasons of that one, and then they all started getting canceled. Well,
Then they did that Defenders.
I think season 2
crossover.
came out after Defenders. I think, if I remember correctly. But both Daredevil got 3 seasons, Punisher got 2 seasons, Iron Fist got 1 season, and Luke Cage I think only had 1 season too.
Oh yeah, a lot of people didn't like that Iron Fist show.
I have my complaints with it too, but there was parts that worked really well. Do you know Jessica Henwick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in that new Matrix. She was in that Matrix reboot.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also in Star Wars.
Yeah, she's an X-wing
And
pilot
Game of
in Star
Thrones.
Wars. She was one of the Sand Snakes in Game of Thrones. She
Those
was in
Sand Snake
Iron.
scenes.
Yeah, those characters are good in the books, and then
Some of them are so bad.
They're oh man, there's
But like laughably bad. I enjoyed him for that reason.
there's one where they're all 3 in prison, and Braun is in prison next to him, and he starts having a dialogue with the youngest one, which already feels weird, and then like she says something to him like, "You need a bad pussy," and you're like, "What the fuck? This feels awkward." Yeah, and that. Anyways, yeah. So Jessica Henwick was at the end of Iron Fist. Did they? I don't remember. I think they only did the 1 season.
I have a little crush on her.
I'm not gonna say I don't either. She takes on the one of the roles. They leave in a weird spot with the Iron Fist where like both her and Danny Rand have the Iron Fist power. Oh right, yeah, you're right. There was a 3rd season where she goes with Trish. That's right. For some reason, I was thinking that was in season 2, but you're right. Her friend Trish,
Yeah, I remember her.
ends up having like she gets superpowers too. Trish Walker.
Interesting. I liked her character in the first season.
Yeah. Yeah, I think overall the Netflix stuff was pretty good. Daredevil and Punisher definitely exceeded expectations for me, or like hit expectations.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage was okay. What was it? I don't remember. I honestly, it's been so long since I watched those. I don't remember. There was I think Luke Cage. Oh yeah. Mahershala Ali was the villain in Luke Cage, the first one. I think, did they do 2 seasons? They might have done 2 seasons. It's been a minute since the Netflix stuff, but they are loosely continuing those characters into the Marvel universe now. It's the same. Well, at least Daredevil and Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, are the same actors.
It'd be cool if they got everybody back.
Yeah, I think they are. I don't know if they're gonna bring Iron Fist back. Or if they do, hopefully it's just Jessica Winnick. They were just kind of there. Yeah, they were just kind of there. I can remember all plot, not all of the plot points, but like the arcs per season for Daredevil. Like the first one's Wilson Fisk, the second one Oh, dude, actually, I'm starting to forget all of them. It's totally been a minute. But yeah, some of them were done much better than others. And Punisher in the comics now has, certain like political groups have taken over the Punisher logo.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Trump, the Trump logo with, or
it's
like
not
the
necessarily.
Punisher it's like a Punisher logo with the Trump hair.
It's not necessarily a Trump. Like it's more like pro police.
But I have seen the one that actually has like the blonde.
Oh yeah. There's a ton of them out there, and it's funny because like the Punisher as a character was always kind of like you root for him because he's like not doing the right thing, but that's kind of the point.
He's an anti-hero.
Yeah. And I believe it's called the Death Skull. Yeah, the Death Skull, the Punisher Death Skull.
He's such a badass logo for us as kids.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I thought so.
Well, it's been co-opted by political groups now, or military state groups. Let's see, he's a vigilante. Yeah, say I have never seen the Punisher without saying it. Yeah, basically put one of those decals on your car. But even Marvel has been like, all right, people have like taken this the wrong way, so we're correcting the character now. Where he's changed his logo, and they've done a bunch of stuff in the comics with that. But
those were like the most violent comics I remember reading as a kid, because I was always into Marvel comics. But yeah, Punisher was just like beyond what you would normally get from your average like X-Men or X-Force comic.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you like go to the grocery store and you're like, Mom, can I get these 2 comics? You're like, cool, yeah, sure. Here's a Kitty Pryde comic and then the Punisher.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Pretty brutal.
Let's see what else we got. You been watching anything else? Aside
of
from
course, House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
Another a Doctor Who to villain.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Matt Smith. I thought Matt Smith was great. I thought all the casting was solid in that show.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I can't recall his name, but the king that didn't want to be the king. Viserys.
Yeah.
But the actor.
Patty Considine.
That dude did a solid job too. Like you really.
He's in Hot Fuzz.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know if he's in any of those other Edgar Wright?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I've seen him in a handful of like British comedy stuff though.
I really like that. What was the one that they did? World's End. At World's End.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. That one's pretty fun.
Or that's the Pirates of the. That might be the Pirates.
Oh yeah. No,
it might just be the World's End.
I think it's just World's End.
Okay. Yeah, and that's like the name of the pub.
Yeah.
With the aliens.
I have his IMDb up.
Not to give too much.
Yeah, he's in World's End. Let's see, House of the Dragon, Wolf.
I think he's one of the friend group.
Yeah. Which, if you haven't seen that movie, that
movie is so funny.
I love Edgar Wright movies, and it's basically just a bunch of dudes going on like a pub crawl after like 40 years. One Simon Pegg's character is
like totally sad.
Yeah,
a little depressing.
Oh yeah, Ryan had said the Punisher made a good antagonist to Spider-Man and Daredevil stories. I agree, and I think it's one of the things they did well in that Punisher or Daredevil season 2 is where they introduced the Punisher, and yeah, they have they butt heads, but at the end they are on okay terms. Yeah, so yeah, he's in he's in the Bourne Ultimatum.
He's in Cinderella Man. I've never seen that one. That's the other boxing movie, right? It's like that movie's supposed to be really good.
Russell Crowe, right?
Came out around the same time as like $1 Million Baby.
Yeah. All right, so you're watching House of the Dragon, and the acting's pretty good.
Yes. I mean, I'm liking all of it. Really, it's a little like, I think. Did you watch the behind the scenes with the showrunner after the?
I've seen a handful of things with
showrunner, whatever it was.
Yeah, I've seen a handful of things with them now at this point. A couple of interviews.
Well, in that dialogue after the show, he talks about how, like, none of these characters I've really seen combat before. The ones in the knights in the tournament.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like that was kind of their simulated combat type of thing. But that was a cool scene for sure.
The attorney?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they have an attorney in season 1 of Game of Thrones too.
It was brutal.
Yeah, and I think there are a couple people. They didn't cover his character so much, but the show starts off where Rhaenyra is flying around on the dragon and she lands, and she's got a knight waiting for her. He's just like her like personal guard or whatever.
I can't remember. Can't recall his name.
I don't remember his. I think it's No, that's a different guy. Yeah, I can't remember what the name of the character he plays, but he's in a bunch of other stuff. He's in like The Hobbit and things like that. Oh, and he's in The Witcher too. Have you watched The Witcher?
I have only seen a couple episodes.
I really like The Witcher. The first season was kind of confusing because they do
The Westworld thing.
Yeah, but there is never a revelation about it of like, oh, these things all take place at different, like, I don't want to give too much away for Westworld or anything like that, but that first season of Westworld's really good. Shoot, what was I talking about? Sorry,
you were talking about the knight in House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah, I think there's characters like him and some other characters that have probably seen a little bit of combat, but like we didn't just come out of the like Robert's Rebellion war like 20 years earlier, where everyone like they've been in like a peaceful, like I think it's been 60 years of peace or something like that or relative peace under the previous.
Nobody
Targaryen.
really wants to fuck with dragons.
Yeah, I mean,
can't blame them there.
Yeah.
But I was cool to see all the different family, like,
houses and stuff.
All the relatives, all the ancestors from different, like, Baratheon.
They show the Stark at one point. There was one more than one season of Westworld. Just kidding. I know. Oh yeah, there's. It's still on. I think they're on season 4.
I think it might have just finished.
Oh my god, dude! They should just stop with that.
I actually enjoyed the second season, and then the third season was weird, but it could have been really cool.
I think the second season has like one of the greatest episodes of television with that Native American episode.
Oh yeah.
But that's where it stops for me. That first season I thought was really good. The way it was edited, the way it was, like all of this, like the story.
Absolutely.
And then they just kept going. And then I stopped after season 2. You watched season 3, and then you were like, yeah, they literally bring in a Game of Thrones dragon at some point.
They do, yeah.
And I was like,
that wasn't that big of a deal though.
I mean, that falls under the category of jumping the shark.
Almost literally.
Yeah. Flying the dragon. That's the new jumping the shark. Yeah, Westworld. Woof. And we've talked about this a lot. I might have mentioned it on the show too. I wish that they canceled Westworld over
Raised by Wolves.
Raised by Wolves. That show
is wild, though.
I never knew what the fuck was going on in that show.
You and I think most others too.
So cool looking and just so weird. And, it's Ridley Scott too. So I enjoyed that. But, geez, I would have rather, taken the, I have no idea what's going on, but this looks badass over the, we're trying way too hard now. Which is what I think Westworld started to feel like for me. Well, after season 2, I started to pick up that.
Ridley Scott can be a little hit or miss, though, too.
Oh, for sure.
I thought that, what was that? Prometheus?
Yeah,
the Alien prequel. I thought that was going to be really badass. And it could have been. Visually and stuff, it was badass. But
I guess,
it was just convoluted. And
yeah, I guess there was supposed to be, a whole bunch of stuff. It was supposed to... I think... There's been some weird behind the scenes stuff with the Alien franchise. Originally, who's the guy that did Chappie and Elysium?
I don't know that guy's name.
He's from South Africa. I forget his name, but he was originally supposed to
Neil Blom.
Yeah, Neil Blomkamp.
Blomkamp,
I think is his name. He was supposed to do an Alien movie, and then Chappie came out, and people shit all over that movie. Was it Chappie, or did he do one after that?
I thought the movie was all right.
A lot of people didn't like it, and
What was that one, that Elysium? People
yeah.
like that movie? I thought that movie, again, was all
I
right.
think
I think
District 9
every
is-
movie I've seen from him has just been okay. Except I haven't seen District 9, which I think most people...
That's the one everybody talks
Yeah.
about. Honestly, I don't think I've ever watched any of his movies all the way through. But they were he was set up to do an Alien movie, and then Ridley Scott was like, "No, I'm gonna do stuff," and then like I don't know, there was a weird.
There was
like,
that one Alien movie that came out with like James Franco and Danny McBride. You know what I'm talking about? There was some other sequel.
What was?
I don't think they were the main characters, but
I
I'm
don't,
pretty
I
sure
don't
that
think
they were
James
both in-
Franco was in it. I think it was just Danny McBride.
All right.
But when you said that, it just reminded me of Planet of the Apes, because I remember when that first remake one came out, and I was like, "What the fuck is James Franco doing in this?"
He actually wasn't even that bad in that
No,
movie.
he wasn't. And speaking of Planet of the Apes, I did a story yesterday about how Warner Brothers signed a first look deal with Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I also heard it from your episode. I was watching it a little bit this morning.
See, guys, if you're fans of the show, you can eventually come on.
I think that's completely plausible. Yeah.
Let's get 1 million subscribers.
So everybody in this room.
I can fit like maybe one more person in here.
That's gonna be a tight squeeze.
Yeah. Definitely have to turn the AC on. Oh, dude, did they turn it off? Dang it.
I'm all right. I'm an 82 man myself.
I'm 82 man myself. Yeah, is that really like your?
Yeah, just like I honestly like Heat. I don't know what it is.
I was watching H3 sometime earlier this week, or was it last week? And there was a conversation about what the temperature should be set at on a thermostat, and some people were talking like 70's too high. It's like I think
insane.
I think 70, 71. Personally, 69, just because the number is like a great.
It's different in the car though. The car is different.
Sure.
Like my house, I think we usually have it set at like 72, and last night it got down to 70, and I was freezing. I was out in the garage where there's no AC, working on some music, and then I came back in, and I was like, dude, it is ice cold in here. I need to get a sweatshirt. Yeah, that shows you what I like. But honestly, dude, 82 is.
You know, if you need a sweatshirt, I know. There was a what
store?
was it?
No, is it wilddinosaur.com?
No, well, there is wilddinosaur.com, but there was also if you're trying to like make your own stuff, there was an old Quilting with John episode where we reuse cat hair to make a vest.
It's like a slightly more economic mohair.
Yeah. Jason says Planet of the Apes was great and Franco nailed it.
Yeah, dude, all of them. The whole trilogy was good.
I remember watching the first one when like sometime after it came out. I think I watched it after it came out. My terminology is when it came out on DVD. It used to be back when it came out on VHS. Now it's on streaming. So
right.
Back when it was out on DVD, I think is when I first watched it. And I think I've only watched all of them in pieces, but I did like them, and I think Matt Reeves is a great director. What was it? Yeah, did you hear when I was talking about the WB thing? The phrasing they used in the article was like, "We're really trying to get Matt Reeves up to the Todd Phillips level," and I was just like, "Are you laughing? Fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, we both. I think we both agree about Todd Phillips.
Oh man,
you know, I
don't think he's a bad director, but he is not a great director by any means. I think he's been.
But people seem to love his movies. So you know what? Maybe it's just something we're missing.
Hey, what do you think about this text message I got from a number that's just like not even a number? It just says hi.
Don't respond. Could be somebody you know though.
I've actually done that once or twice where I like know it's like a sham text message, and I just like they're like, "Hi, is this Katrina or whatever?" Like I think I need to get a hold of you for some like super thin reason, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm Katrina. How are you doing?" I like fucking with people back.
One of the best ones I got was something about how like this guy had been like thinking about me. He was like, it was like something like, oh, I've been thinking about you. I just for whatever reason you're keep running through my mind. And I'm like, who is this? And he's like, it's Stan something. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number.
That was
it's like this impassioned text message.
That was actually me.
I felt like I had to just break this dude's heart. Like, sorry, I'm not the woman that you're looking for.
Again.
Oh man.
You're a heartbreaker. Man, so we gone a little off the rails here.
That's all good.
That's great. Let's do a quick commercial break and we'll come back and we'll talk about some music.
All right.
Yeah?
Sounds good.
Have you been feeling low? And has work been breathing down your neck? And you hate it when your friends touch you? Try ecstasy. Sweat the demons out and dance your pants off.
I know it works because I'm on it right now.
May cause sweatiness, dry mouth, and erections. Do not buy ecstasy as it is still federally illegal and Dr. Hiram Singh is not an accredited doctor.
I'm Richard from Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities, and I give these stickers away at every pet wedding. The kids love them too. This bag from, what's his name? Wild Dinosaur? Weren't they all wild? What an oxymoron. Anyways, I like to put my special things in this bag. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is my spirit animal.
Life gave me lemons,
I mean, I like Dark John too.
so I sold them for this sweet baseball tee. We all like Dark John.
Who doesn't like Dark John?
We all like Linda from Sales. She's the best. So I don't really have too much other than we'll just call this music corner. You like my graphic?
You need a little, yeah. You need a little like jingle to play to. Friendship cake.
I think that's the what I just was singing was the end of the Ren and Stimpy theme song.
I was thinking more. It was more of your your friendship cake song.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't think anyone's heard that yet, other than Pat. It was a song I recorded for a children's show I was gonna make, but that was.
I think you should still go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
just spreading yourself a little thin.
Well, it's because I had somebody that was gonna like be the on-camera talent, and then we broke up. So that's what happens. Sometimes you just don't end up. I need a Pat. Do you want to be a children's show?
I don't know if I'm the right.
You can be the next Blippi.
Yeah, the next Blippi.
Oh, dude, why does this keep doing this?
Blippi reminds me of my friend Steve for whatever reason.
Steve that I know.
Yeah.
That's funny. So let's start off with well, first I have an opinion that I thought about earlier that I wanted to share. You know how there's these like you'll hear in trailers for movies like covers of like older songs, but they'll be like way slower. Mm-hmm. That I feel like that is
it's very
it's the new like annoying singer-songwriter, just because like, you know, making electronic music is a little bit more accessible nowadays for people. You could just get a laptop, and a lot of laptops have like, if you get a Mac, it's GarageBand on it, right. You know, stuff like that. So you could just like make some stuff. Like I have, and I'm not trying to be very, every one of these like cover songs that I've heard are usually like really breathy women, like
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, you're talking about in trailers.
Yeah.
In film trailers.
I think
or video game trailers.
I think it's becoming a thing because I see them in like TikTok. Oh shit, this is broke. I see them in like TikTok videos and stuff too.
Watchmen. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
That like, well, I think in Watchmen, I don't know. I can't remember what the trailer, what the Watchmen trailer was like, but I remember. Like in the intros
for the show or the
movie.
Okay.
The intro of the movie has that
it's been a minute
the times they are.
Oh yeah. I remember. It's like everybody is trying to take like do cover songs in the like Something in the Way vibe, you know, like
I like the use of something in the way.
in the way.
I like the use of that in the Batman. Yeah,
I do too. I'm not hating on that song, and I'm not talking shit about these artists either. But
no,
I do feel,
dude, but like this is a very it's becoming a trope for sure. And,
God,
and you
it's
know
so
what?
annoying.
It really is. Zack Snyder really popularized this. I feel he needs to accept some
Possibly.
blame for this.
possibly.
We need your apology, Zach.
So yeah, slow and breathy EDM cover songs are the new annoying singer-songwriter. That's what I wrote down in my note, because I am a top thinker in our society. This is the kind of things that I theorize.
I agree,
and
though. No, dude, it is a little lame. It's just a little weak. That's all I can say. A little unoriginal, uninspired.
I mean, look, there's plenty of musicians in this world. Let's just hire a couple extra to make, like trailer music.
Shit, we'll do it.
Well, we'll do it. Yeah.
Have you seen the post-apocalyptic vlogger video? There's a theme.
Boom, boom, boom.
Dude, bum, bum.
I sent you that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All 17 seconds of it or whatever it is.
I think it's like a minute at most.
I had a good time making that, from what I remember.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh.
I wonder if you did the bass on that or if I did. I can't really remember.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
We can't find the project file, so it doesn't matter.
Didn't we find it on my computer? Yeah, we found it, and it was 2 tracks. It was just 2 tracks.
Oh, it was just 2 tracks?
Yeah. I think it was like, I wouldn't be surprised if we just like were using the like musical typing, aka the computer keyboard for putting MIDI stuff together. Yeah. So we've got some music we've been working on. I think I was announcing the other day that instead of just a single, I've gone back and forth this. Like 2 years ago, I was like, New Pants has a full nother record almost ready to go. And it just didn't over time feel right. There was like 1 or 2 tracks that ended up sounding good to us. And some of the tracks were things that like I think I had just like started putting together, and maybe we sat and mixed them or something.
Yeah.
But like it just felt more right to have like a musical partnership instead of like, well, I did this song, so, and it's a New Pants track. It's like, we'll just make it a Wild Dinosaur track. Because I like stealing content from Pat.
Yeah. No friends on this planet.
Yeah, that was a Pat original that started.
I mean, I would say that we both worked on it. I didn't really have too much for the Genesis.
Well, you had the drums
and the bass
and the synth parts.
Yeah.
And then I kind of did my shit with it. And
you Rick Rubin'd it.
I Rick Rubin'd it. You can
Which
tell by the hairline. Rick Rubin is I've mentioned Thoros Amir from Game of Thrones as a hairline hero of mine. Rick Rubin would be another one. I'm
and also Shoeless Hero.
Yes. Shoes, what are those? Joss Stone. We're just watching some Broad City where they mentioned Joss Stone, which was like
better than mentioning Joss Whedon.
I mean, look,
He's made some good movies.
That guy has made some good content, but at the same time, like, we don't need to be working with people who have problems like he does, apparently, allegedly. So what was it? We have none of the track titles are like set in stone right now, but we have the Also Bear track, which is what I'm also calling the record or the EP.
One of them might be called Charles de Gaulle.
That's not a bad. One day we were just talking. Oh no, we were listening to. It was that.
Jacques.
No, it was Scott Walker, the 30th Century Man, shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle.
Right.
and you just started going off on him. You're like, who the fuck cares about Charles de Gaulle? It was so good.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, it's all good. But I was just like so taken aback, like, What's your problem with Charles de Gaulle? What's up, Will?
Yo, Will.
What's up? Fucking A.
Nice.
So yeah, what was I saying? We got music coming out. It ended up becoming a single. And then what was it, last weekend when we started putting the other one together? We'd remembered that there was a song cut from our first record. That was just, it worked, but it just was like, I think it just felt a little uneven having one extra song in there. So we cut it, and turns out it works pretty well with this other track we're doing.
It's also a little too happy.
It is really happy, which is not our it's not our forte. What is happy? No, it's
in a major key. That's basically that's not our thing.
But it's super
Typically.
bright too. It's got like some. Oh wait, no, that's New Pants 2. It felt like New Pants 2, where it's all like not beach vibes, but like happy beach vibes and like
Right.
bop, 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 bop.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, New Pants 2 was in a major key too.
Yeah. And then we realized there was another track hidden in my computer that we had both worked on.
Don't even remember this one.
Yeah,
but that happens to me all the time.
I think I kind of remember. I think it was like a project that I had started, and then you'd come over and you were like, "Hey, let's like arrange something," or we were working on like arrangements of something, and I think I just deleted most of the, or like everything, and just used that template to start like a new track so we could like work on arranging things. And yeah, so we have this 3-track EP coming out tomorrow. I'm just kidding, there's no release date for it. I'm still working on lyrics for one song and mixing the other two, I think.
Hopefully next month sometime.
I would like to we haven't talked about this, but I do have that music video that I like started for it. I would
Try
like
to release them both at the same time.
like maybe do like the single and then release the EP or something.
I think that's
like
what
that.
we did with Summer Splash and the first New Pants record.
Yeah, and Summer Splash has done. Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm confusing stuff. I actually haven't checked on Summer Splash in a minute. I don't know what the view count's looking like on that. So yeah, we've been working on music, and we're breaking up both sexually and musically.
How could you do this to me?
No, New Pants is done. We've actually had a couple of projects. The first one that we have aged out of was Super Seniors. That was like our first music project together.
I still think that's an awesome name.
It is an awesome name, but I think we've outgrown it, much like New Pants. So
Outgrew those pants.
yeah, they were new. They're not anymore, and it's mostly because of deluxe boxes from Taco Bell. For 2 reasons. I just grew out of them, and I farted so much. I just left
Gotta discuss the viewers here.
Fart stain. So you want to talk about some gear? Yeah.
Talk about gear.
What kind of gear are you?
You just want to jump right in.
Well, what I mean, I've been trying to segue for like 10 minutes now.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Let's talk about some music equipment.
So Pat likes to use the oboe. That's his instrument of choice. And he was trained classically at the New York Academy of Oboe Players, right next door to where Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities originally started. Because Richard's from New York. Not many people know that. But.
I wouldn't have guessed by the accent.
Yeah. He moved to Ohio real quick.
So yeah, that was all horseshit.
Pat doesn't play oboe, so I'm more of a guitar bass player, and Pat is more of a keyboard synth player. You want to talk about?
But I think we both kind of. Well, I don't know. I kind of started out with like the production mindset of maybe me like making hip hop beats.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of how it started for me.
How's it going now?
It's still around the same.
Let's make a meme out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm still making beats all the time, trying to, and I've been using some more classic samplers instead of Ableton Live. Just trying to, like, I don't know. I feel like restrictions often help in making music. Like if you have so many options, like, oh wow, I have this giant list of plugins, I can, it's like, where do I start? Sometimes you feel like that.
I think with creative things in general, limitations and deadlines are really helpful. Otherwise, you just start meandering like if you don't give yourself some sort of a deadline for something, then it's never going to get finished. It's only finished when you say it's finished,
I agree. I think that can be true.
Yeah, and I think limitations are really good. You work within your parameters, I guess. But what are your parameters? What's your gear of choice right now?
I mean, I always love. Yeah, I've been really liking that MPC. I got an MPC 1000 for a great price, not very much at all, and I've been digging that just because it's nice to have one unit. Like you can basically, it's like all in the box, but the box is not some computer with endless limitations. It's like you have this screen, you have 16 pads, get your sample set up, record some bars, you can do track mutes and stuff, mute certain instruments. It's actually really nice. It lends itself really well to making like house or techno or, I mean, obviously hip hop. But yeah, I've been really enjoying that lately, and of course always enjoying playing my favorite synth that I have, the Juno 6, the classic, which is like the same as the more popular Juno 60, but without presets, which I actually like because it's so simple. Well,
I have the best. I have the best one.
Little digital recreation of the Juno 106.
Autofocus, bitch. Yeah. So tell me about. Can you break down each one of these knobs without looking?
Yeah, I can. I probably can. So you got that LFO section right there.
Yeah, but you're looking.
That's like the module. Okay, I am looking.
Just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, I think on the just like this classic Juno setup where it's only one oscillator, but you can have like multiple waveforms on that one oscillator. So you can have square, saw, some subs.
I don't remember how to like turn it on and play stuff out of that.
Oh yeah, I can check it.
You turn it on, like hold down one of these buttons, right?
Yeah, there's like you can play like a sequence.
Okay.
On this,
yeah.
But yeah, I've been enjoying playing classic. Yeah,
your real
we don't have a
Juno.
Graphic, but
Yeah.
Oh, I love that thing so much. It's
if we did have a graphic,
Japanese synthesizer.
It would be your Juno in like a grand piano setting on like a stand, and then you laying on top of it in the Speedo.
My Juno photoshopped in the trash can at Corriganville Park.
No, that was the Farturia.
Right, but that's that's our gear storage spot.
Yeah, we keep it in a trash can at a public park. So are you still using the Matriarch much?
Yeah, I haven't been lately, just because it's not in my room. It's in the garage.
Gotcha.
But yeah, love that thing too.
You're like, I don't use it much because it's not the grandmother.
There's something about the simplicity of the Moog grandmother though that I really like.
Yeah.
This is hard. This is like really nerdy stuff. I think it might be hard for people to relate
Sure.
if they're not into this world.
If you're not into this world.
Shouts out Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, we were just gonna kind of chat about some gear today. Pat likes talking about gear. I didn't have much. I'll be honest too.
Your pedal board is crushing it right now.
I wish I could move the camera over to it, but it's plugged into the computer. I am gonna be on just a real quick sidetrack. I'm gonna be on at 5 tomorrow because I have dinner plans. It's my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday, Nancy.
Yeah, and so we're gonna be on at 5 tomorrow instead of 6. I said I was gonna start doing 6, but when I come back from Washington D.C., no show Friday, Monday, or Tuesday. But when I come back on Wednesday, it'll be at 6 p.m. Mostly so like you guys can all watch and be involved gives you guys a little bit more opportunity to do that. And also, if I want people on the show too, it's a little easier for people to either Zoom, call in, or be here in the studio at 6. So yeah, tomorrow it's kind of a mess this week, and then when I come back, I'm hopefully going to be a little bit more on track. And so this week there was some stuff to talk about. We are coming off of, I'm still coming down from our talk on Friday. I thought that was really, really, really good. Regarding the healthcare and drug prices in the country.
Oh,
and stuff
dude, there was something that happened today that I wanted to mention just because I thought it was pretty terrible.
Yeah, what's up?
So I had to help somebody with a prescription billed through a VA insurance, and you would think, it's VA. We as a nation like to think that we take care of our veterans. And
my dad's a vet, so I know better.
And wow, like I can only fill it as a 14-day supply, and then he had to go to the VA pharmacy, which I believe is the closest one, was like in Van Nuys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, it's so messed up, and it's just like, really, like this is the kind of treatment that you get? I don't know, man. It just bums me out. It was enlightening to see, but also at the same time a little heartbreaking because it's like, man, you should be able to get whatever you want.
When I was living in
go wherever you want, at least
in the Bay Area, I was living in Oakland. My dad was in Sacramento at the time. He still is, and he had to. Like I said, he's a Vietnam vet, and he had to get a stent put in his heart. Mm-hmm. And I had to drive from the Bay to Sacramento, pick him up, and then take him to Fairfield, which is like a hour drive. And it's, considering Sacramento has some like military hospitals in the area, I was like, why the fuck are we going to like or was it Vacaville? I think it's Fairfield.
But either way, it was over an hour away.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I had to be there, and my grandma was still alive, so I was taking care of her while my dad was getting the stent. But yeah. Well, that was a nice sidetrack into a discussion that's probably
a little depressing.
A better conversation, like a longer conversation that I don't think either one of us prepared much for today.
Just an aside.
I'll be honest, there's not really a prepared anything for today.
That's all right.
But yeah, I'm really excited about the art that is being made right now. On my end, I have a bunch of stuff that I've talked about. I have like 3 records, including that New Pants record that I'm working on, and a short film that I'm writing, and we'll be doing that wizard sketch soon. I think I mentioned
looking forward to that
yesterday or the day before that I finalized the spot for that. I did some location scouting. I should put that on my resume.
Your location scouting?
Yeah. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I lost my train of thought again.
Is that little flashing icon there?
Oh yeah, we're overheating. Cool. Fuck yeah. I think it's whenever there's 2 people in the room.
It's a little too much.
I'm gonna just go until it shuts down, and once the camera shuts off, you'll still hear our audio, but then we're gonna say goodbye, and we're only 10 minutes away anyway. So, I really need to. This is a story with this other camera. My older DSLR is in Wisconsin, and I asked for it back, and I've been ghosted. So I want my older camera back because it doesn't have the overheating issue that this one does. This camera is a really good camera. It's a pretty expensive camera too.
Your older one's pretty nice though too.
Yeah, they're different price ranges for sure. But this one's a really nice camera, and I would really like to just be using this instead of it being like my webcam. Because this can shoot in 4K and some other stuff, and I don't really need 4K for live streaming. I just need, honestly, 1080's fine. But it'll still look fine. But yeah, I'd just like to be using this camera for other things. So yeah,
music gear.
Well, yeah. What else you got?
What else I got?
I have a bunch of pedals and guitars, and
I
you
have a bunch of
pedals.
pedals. And a bunch of pedals too.
I don't think you have as many as I do, though.
I don't think so. I think you got me beat there. But I have a lot, and it keeps growing.
right.
I just recently got the was the Walrus Audio Julia.
Julia.
I'm taking that for. I bought it mostly for the vibrato. I just like the way it sounded. I was gonna buy like some more expensive, some like Chase Bliss warped vinyl or something like that, I think is what it was called. And I ended up liking how the Julia sounded better, and it was like less than half the price. So easy buy there.
This is the guy that I was asking about Addictive
Drums, yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's a cool software." And I looked it up, and it's like, "Fucking $500? Hell no, I'm not."
But for half price, yeah.
And then Pat was like, "Dude, they're having a sale, half price. I'll give you the discount code." And now I get discount codes because I'm an owner of Addictive Drums.
It is a solid software for sure.
Yeah, I was telling Ryan yesterday. Ryan and I were talking on the phone, and I was telling Ryan, I feel like from when I went from GarageBand to Logic, my leap in quality musically, I feel like going from drummer in Logic to Addictive Drums is going to be like a similar jump in quality for me. So I'm kind of excited about that. I hope so. I just haven't had any time to like work with it. I'll probably have some time next week when I come back.
It is nice. I've been using it for. I mean, I don't use it like on every track or anything like that, but I do use it quite a bit. And I've had it for like 8 years now, I want to say. It's crazy that they're still on that same version from 8 years ago, but it's a quality software. And they release like more packs for it. Like,
yeah.
You know, you saw all those packs that they have.
And apparently you don't have to have this software separately. That's cool.
Yeah. Now it was just like included with the pack. That was nice.
Do you think I should load it onto my laptop?
There's no reason not to. It's not like you have to buy a separate license or anything.
Yeah. Do you remember how big that was?
It's not small, but it's also not enormous.
Like, yeah. It's
I can't recall
stuff,
how much.
So
yeah, maybe 20 gigs, something like that.
Oh, okay, that's manageable. Well,
Omnisphere is freaking huge, dude. That's another one. If we're talking about plugins that I use all the time is definitely the Spectrasonics collection, like Omnisphere, Keyscape, and Trillion. Those are go-tos for sure. Like you can get so many usable sounds out of those that are just good right out of the gate.
All right, question for you. This will be the last question, and I'll answer this too. You get 3 pieces of gear. That's it. What pieces of gear
including
do you take?
Plugins?
No, just gear.
Okay, just like hardware only.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to go with. This isn't easy. This isn't easy at all. But I would probably, like, out of my current stuff that I have.
Sure.
Okay, I would say. I guess that MPC 1000, just because I'm going to need some
rhythm.
drums.
Yeah.
So any sort of rhythms, as long as I can have like sample fodder for it, that would be perfect. I'll go with that. The Juno 6 and the Matriarch.
Okay.
So you have
That's a solid setup.
Yeah, polysynth, monosynth on steroids for sure with a Matriarch.
You got drum and bass and lead.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. I would probably. For myself, well, I only have one bass, so that's definitely part of it. Gear, I would say like Addictive Drums is my drummer, but I'll go with the TR-8S, even though I haven't like really used it much. And
Desert Island scenario with power.
Yeah.
And monitors and shit like that.
Oh man, I want to say the Jazzmaster, but I think the reason I have that Gretsch over there is because it like doubles as it like an acoustic kind of too, you know, the hollow body. So I don't know. I'll go with Jazzmaster, Jazz Bass, and TR-8S.
It'd be hard not to have that acoustic though.
I can make one out of coconuts.
Yes.
All right, you want to shout out anybody, anything, anywhere? You want to tell people to come visit you at your job sometime?
Sure, stop by if you know where I'm at.
You need drugs, I got drugs.
We do have a lot of drugs.
Yeah, check Pat out on his Twitter handle.
Not on Twitter.
AKA Dr. Hiram Singh.
There should be a Dr. Hiram Singh
that would be
Twitter account.
great,
Yeah.
actually.
Just like it would be so funny to like start chiming in with like pandemic.
like stuff that's been disproven like 2 years ago, like early pandemic stuff.
Still shouting out the ivermectin. Dude, oh my God, I saw a prescription for like 180 ivermectin the other day. I said, what is this? And it was a lot of money.
It was Joe Rogan.
It was a lot. No. I don't know what this was. I don't think it was for COVID or anything, but dude, it was a lot of money. That drug, so whoever the manufacturer is of ivermectin totally milked it because that price shot up big time during the pandemic. That's super cheap, dude. That's like a anti-parasitic drug that is actually super common and like extremely useful. You know, if somebody has like what are those worms that go into people's eyes and cause like river blindness?
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of those. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah,
though.
there's like microscopic worms.
Weird, crazy shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, where
Yeah, Jason's saying his animals needed it. Yeah, that's.
It was Jason that.
It might have been. No, it wasn't. It was hard to get for a bit because everybody was getting it for what they thought was COVID treatment. Yeah, it was really hard to get. That's true.
And also Alex Jones got a massive cut.
Somebody might. I'm sure a lot of people got kicked back on that.
Probably did.
Hydroxychloroquine also was another one that like.
Joe Rogan got such a kickback. He got $50 million from Spotify.
That was only because he took ivermectin after testing COVID positive.
Thought about selling my expired stuff and thought I might get in trouble.
I'm sure there's still an underground market for it too. I wouldn't know about that, but I'm sure there is.
There is always an underground market for things.
Dude, I remember
weed's legal in California, and the underground market is still like keeping pace with the legal market.
I remember one thing that was crazy back in like I think it was 2011. I want to say there was that earthquake in Japan that took out the nuclear reactor, Fukushima Daiichi. The like you know what I'm talking about. There was an earthquake, and then it caused a big tsunami and a nuclear meltdown as a result. And because of that like radiation, radiation release, people in the U.S. were concerned about getting thyroid cancer from a partial nuclear meltdown in Japan.
Yeah, but dude, it's just right past Hawaii. So
yeah, right.
Just right past Hawaii. Yeah, it's like 10 feet away from Hawaii. That's why they're Pacific Islanders, dude.
There was a run on potassium iodide liquid, and everybody's asking about that. And there was like it was selling for a ton of money on eBay and stuff. It's so crazy how this stuff happens.
All right. Well, I'm the camera's still going, but it's still giving me the overheat thing, and it's about 7:00, so we'll call it a show.
All right.
Yeah. Ryan, we're gonna need to do some Zoom stuff here in a second. Oh, there goes the camera.
Yeah, you guys won't be seeing us here in a minute.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, don't forget to check out wilddinosaur.com. Best place to support the channel. Buy some stuff from my merch store, please. Please. And also don't forget to check out the description of this episode. There's a link to donate to Planned Parenthood, which is an important cause that I think both of us are behind. So give Planned Parenthood money and then give me money. Those are two important causes. And yeah.
Always happy to be here.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No, but I'm sure I'll be back soon, and I hope everybody has a nice rest of the week and a nice weekend.
Yeah. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Peace.
Peace.